Hey y'all, today I'm going to show you how to make the best gluten-free strawberry shortcakes. Heavenly is the word that comes to mind when I think of strawberry shortcakes, and these are nothing short of that. The sweet biscuit is tender and soft with a crunch from a dusting of turbinado sugar on top. The cream is billowy and full of vanilla flavor, but those strawberries, y'all, the star of the show. One word, luscious. Let's get into it and I'll show you how to make them. We're going to first start with the strawberries because they do take some time to roast. While the biscuits themselves are my own recipe, the roasted strawberries come from Erin Jean McDowell. She's one of my favorite pastry chefs of all time. And when I saw her make strawberry shortcakes with roasted strawberries, I knew I had to try them. And boy, they do not disappoint, y'all. I've got 2 pounds of strawberries here, and I'm just removing the tops and cutting the bigger ones into smaller slices. The smaller ones can be left whole, that's fine. You just want them bite size. All right, I'm going to toss these with a half a cup or 100 grams of granulated sugar, and then I've got one of my vanilla beans that's actually been in my homemade vanilla making vanilla for probably a good at least year, I'm thinking. And I'm just going to squeeze this down the length of it, and all of this, like what looks like vanilla bean paste, will come out. It's like liquid gold right here. But you can also use vanilla extract. I would use like a tablespoon of vanilla extract or like store-bought vanilla bean paste. I'll just toss all this together, and I'm going to spread it out on a baking sheet, and I'll roast these strawberries at 275 degrees Fahrenheit for at least 2 hours, maybe even up to 3 hours, until they're nice and syrupy. So these have been roasting for 3 hours, and I probably could have gone for like a little less. Judging by the looks of some of the juices, they've kind of like caramelized almost. But this is what you're going for here, almost like a syrupy, jammy-like consistency to all the juices. And look at how vividly bright red these are. It's like concentrated strawberries. I could just eat this in a bowl and I'd be happy. But we've got some strawberry shortcakes to make, so I'll pop these in the fridge for now while I make the biscuits. Now, to make the sweet drop biscuits, we'll start with 2 1/4 cups or 315 grams of Kim's gluten-free all-purpose flour blend, and I'll add 1/4 cup plus 2 teaspoons or 60 grams of granulated sugar, as well as 1 tablespoon or 12 grams of baking powder and a half a teaspoon or 3 grams of kosher salt. And I'll just give this a quick whisk with my fork here. And then I've got 10 tablespoons or 140 grams of cold butter that's been cubed up, and I'll just go in with my hands and cut the butter into the dry ingredients. I used to always have a pastry cutter for things like this, but I lost it years ago or did away with it, I don't know, and there's just really no need when you have a pair of hands that can do the same thing. The biscuit recipe is kind of a cross between my buttermilk biscuits and my cream biscuits. They both, or this one uses both butter and cream. And of course, they're much sweeter than a regular biscuit would be. I'm just feeling for any larger lumps because I really want the butter well incorporated into this like breadcrumb texture and not large pieces. Okay, I've got 1 1/4 cups or 330 ml of cold heavy cream, and I'm just going to pour about a tablespoon out of this into a little dish here, which I'll use this for brushing on the tops later. And I also have a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I'll just get my fork in there and mix everything into a wet dough. This is much wetter than a normal biscuit recipe will be. So make sure everything is well combined in there because we're going to use a scoop to scoop them out. Or 2 spoons. You can use 2 spoons. Okay, that looks perfect. Let me grab my scoop here. I think this is like a 1/4 cup scoop. It's pretty large. And I'll just scoop large mounds onto my parchment lined baking sheet. These will spread a little bit, but not too much. And I'm really going to try to fit all of them on this baking sheet. So I think I'm going to need to do some rearranging here. I am bound and determined to make them all fit on this one sheet. I don't want to have another cookie or a baking sheet with like 2 biscuits on it. I'll grab a brush and brush the rest of this cream on the tops, or more like dab it, because these aren't flat on the top, so it's a little harder to brush it. And then I've got some turbinado sugar here that I'll sprinkle generously on top. You could also use sanding sugar if you have it, or demerara sugar. I like the crunch the sugar gives. It's also, gives it sweetness, but it's a nice textural like contrast to all the soft textures of the cream and the strawberries and of course the soft biscuit. All right, these will bake at 400 Fahrenheit for 15 to 18 minutes or until golden brown and lovely. Look how perfect these look. I'm going to let these cool on the pan for 5 minutes, and then I'll remove them to a wire rack to finish cooling. I already have 4 ounces or 113 grams of cream cheese in the bowl of my stand mixer, and I'll add a half a cup or 100 grams of sugar. And I have to add a lot of vanilla flavor to this just because I love strong vanilla flavor in any kind of whipped cream. So I'm going to use another one of my vanilla beans again, the soaked ones from my homemade vanilla, and make paste out of it basically. I just love this stuff. Okay, I'll whip all of this together first so there's no lumps. And then I'm going to slowly stream in 1.5 cups or 360 ml of heavy cream and just continue whipping it until soft peaks form. What I love about the cream cheese in this is that not only does it taste good, it also helps stabilize the whipped cream. Erin McDowell, she uses mascarpone in hers, and I would love that too, but I wanted to make it a little more like accessible for all of us, and a lot of us just have cream cheese in our refrigerator at home. So of course you could always use mascarpone if you want. I also reduced the amount of cream cheese because I wanted it to be more of like a luxurious whipped cream than like a cream cheese frosting. This looks so good, y'all. Let's assemble one of these. It doesn't matter if they're not perfectly cut in half. That just adds to the rustic nature of strawberry shortcake anyway. Oh, these strawberries, they are just something else, you guys. I can't even describe them. They're just heavenly. Now for a huge dollop of whipped cream. And then more strawberries to finish it, and make sure to get syrup on that too. And put the top on. How good does this look, y'all? It's like elevated strawberry shortcake. I'll just have one bite. Got to get everything in there too. So good, y'all. Enjoy.